So Professor Liu is going to teach you chapter 10 interface, the multiple choices questions. You and I have the same question, but with different orders. So I do suggest you take notes right now. Don't take the test. Don't take the test with me the same time with me. It's okay. And I am going to go over this question with you right now. It's okay. So, which one of the following statement is about Java interface is not true? All right. So, uh, let me start. A Java interface define a set of methods that are required. Okay, but this is not true. Say a Java interface must contain more than one statement. That's not true because sometimes you don't have. And this a Java interface specify behavior that class will implement. Yeah, interface specify behavior class will implement. And this, here say all method in a Java interface must be abstract. That's also correct. So the non-correct one is a Java interface must contain more than one method. So that's only one is not correct. And let's take a look at the second one right now. Okay, a method must a method that has no implementation. If that is no implementation, it's called abstract method. All right, it's called abstract method. And next, uh, which statement about method in a interface is true? In interface is true. All right, the true one will be all method in an interface are automatically public. Yeah, okay. And they are abstract too. The rest of them say oh, private, that's no. That's no. So put public, okay? And this one is that no. So the automatic public, okay? So let's do the next one right here. Which of following statement about abstract method is true? That means an abstract method has a name, parameter, and return data type, but no code in the body. All right, and let's continue. Which of the following statement about interface is true? And an interface has method, but no instant variable. Has method, no, you cannot have instant variable for that. Which of the following statement about interface is not true? All right, so interface can make code more reusable. That's true. And interface can be used to define a new reference data type. That's also true. Interface can be used to express common operational required by a service. That's also true. Not true will be interface have both private and public. No, interface has only public. Automatically public anyway. To use an interface, a class header should include which of the following the should do implement. Implement is not extend, implement. And something can reduce coupling between classes is interface. Interface. Okay. So we talk about the class, you know, sometimes you have too much uh, same concept. So you wanted to reduce that and you want to use interface. Next, let's see this. We have the following code like this, right? Public class inventory, and we implement measurable. And so inside here, we have a get measure is just return the on hand count. So why it is necessary to declare get measure as public. The reason is this: all method in a class, uh, all method in a class are not public. Okay, but you are doing interface, right? So has to be public. Okay, it has to be here. The remember interface, all method are public. Next, which of following statement about interface is not true? All right. So interface can make, oh, this is the same question, more reusable. And um, an interface provide no implementation. That's also true. And a class can implement only one interface. So that's not true. This is not true. And so or interface can reduce coupling between classes. That's also true. Let's go down right next one. What method can be implemented when using an interface? Abstract class. Let's do next one. We have a next code is class inventory implement measurable and double get measure return these. So what's wrong with these? All right, the what's wrong with these has to be public. So I hope you remember we say all methods in the interface has to be automatically public. If that's not public, you write public. But because this one you wrote yourself, you wrote the interface, so this one so has to be public. Okay. And next one, consider the following code right here. We have interface sizable, all right, and void change size, all right, which is a 2 right here. Okay, so we want to do this. Large change and small change automatically be public. So this, once we have this automatically public and also static final. Static means apply to everyone. All right, and so instant. So these, once you have this variable here, since it is interface, these two variables are automatically, just remember, public, static, and final. Okay, it has to be like that. Otherwise, how can you apply to everybody else? Next, you have public class inventory implement measurable, and you have a get measures. All right. So the compiler complain that get measure method has a weaker access level than measurable interface. Why? Because all the methods in a class have a default access level or package access. The method of interface have a default access level of public. So this program just tell you that when you do interface, it's faster. All right, and the reason for that is that, okay. Then let's coming back right here. Which of following is true regarding a class and interface? All right, so let's come in to here. The true one will be here. You can convert from a class type to an interface type, and that class implement. I sort of need to mute you because I'm doing the video right now. Okay, so all right, so let's continue. Next one, I have the following code: interface measurable. I have a coin implement measurable. I have a data set add. I have bank account right here. Which of following is true? Okay. So right here, the correct answer will be coin, dime equal new coin, 0.1 dime, measurable x equal dime. Then the other one is not correct because you are doing measurable. Okay, so so this one a little bit harder. There are a lot, so you need to go read them one more time. All right. So which one of the following statement about converting between type is true? All right. So you can cast object type. That's what we do all the time. But take a risk of exception will occur. Next one. Which of following statement about interface is true? And you can define an interface variable that refer to an object only if the object belongs to a class that implement the interface. Next one, you have create a class motor that implement an interface measurable. You have declare variable measure area and name motor temperature. Which of the following statement is true? So you are going to the object to which motor temperature refer to the type motor. All right, so that's you remember you create and whatever area measurement and you implement that whatever interface, and come right here, and overloading occur when a single class has several methods with the same name but different data type with different parameter type. We are going to see the following code right here. We have a point right here, new point 4. Okay, so point 1 and point 2, point 3, and point 4. Okay, and we have them. So this code is example of this one is a polymorphism. The reason is this. Okay, you see here you have new points, right? And so you see the new color 3D points, new color points, and new points. So new points right here, new point 44, and right here, and let me go back to help you, because here so we have an array point, is that right? And new points, and the first the element do this one, and the second element do different thing, the third element do this, and the fourth element do different thing. So this example of polymorphism. So they have the general thing, then each one and do different. They have different implementation. Next one, if you have multiple classes in your program that have implemented the same interface in different way, how is correct method executed? The Java virtual machine locate the correct method by looking at the class of actual objects. Next question, which of the following can potentially be changed when implement an interface? That'll be this one. You cannot change the name, return type, or parameter of a method in an interface. That you cannot. Which of the following statement about a callback is not true? Alright, so let's see the true. A callback can allow you to implement a new method for a class that is not under your control. A callback can be implemented using an interface. A callback is a mechanism, is a way for specified code can be executed later. Not true is a callback method declared in an interface must specify the class of object that will be no, because it is new to use in the future. Alright, in Java, alright, then interface can be used for callbacks. The reason we have interface because we use callback. Remember we have callback method, but let's use interface now. You wish to implement a callback method for an object created from a system class that you cannot change. What approach does the text recommend you do that? The class tell you to use a helper class that implement the callback. Okay, so we basically the textbook just asks you to do the average class. Okay, the data class. The data class data is called help class. Which of the following statement about helper class is true? Helper class can reduce coupling. Which of the following statement about inner class is true? So an inner class, this one is anonymous. That's you don't need to actually create a class name. We didn't teach that because it's a little bit advanced, but you just remember the answer. Okay. Next, uh, inner class. Inner class defined in a method signal to a reader of your program that is the class is not interesting beyond the scope of the method. That means that class is only used inside here. Alright, when that situation you do inner class. So that means the other class doesn't need to bother that. Next. Which of the following statement about inner class is true? An inner class is defined inside a method and is not public to others. That's why you don't have public, right? Which of the following is a good use for anonymous class? Right? We didn't teach that at all. Because that you just use anonymous class when program will only need one object of the class. So this is very few. You it's very special that like you only create this one time only for one object, and you do that. So you don't need to create a class and object relation because you want to do only one. And very few we do that, so we didn't cover that. Consider the following code. We have my my image at your rectangle. The code example right here. Okay, good example right here. Okay, you see here my image dot add right here. My image dot add here, and so we just directly call new rectangle. We did not say like we did not call. Let me pull. We did not right here. We actually did not call. Hold on. So we actually did not call. By the way, do I share screen here, right here already? Yes, right. So here, let me pull on my here. Where's my? I need to find out my. You see here, we didn't say rectangle R1 equal new. We just call this. This called normal class. Okay. Very few we do this. And next one here, which of following statement is about, also we didn't teach mark class, so you just need to remember mark class provide a simplified implementation of the surface of actual class. Then we are going to do next one. What role does an interface play when using a mark class? And interface should be implemented by both the real class and the mark class to guarantee that the mark class actually simulate the real class when used in the program. Next, which of the following statements about event and graphic user interface is true? Alright, so your program must instruct the Java window manager to send it a notification about specific type of event to which the program wish to respond. Events are generated when user press a key, click a button, or select a menu item. And event listener belong to a class whose method describe the action to be taken when a user click a user interface graphic object. Which of the following is an event source? Event source, they say a JButton object. Okay. To respond to a button event, a listener must be supplied instruction for the action perform method of the action listener. To associate an event listener with a JButton component, you must use the add action listener method of the JButton class. The method of a event listener describes the action to be taken when the event occurred. When an event occurs, the event source notify all event listener. Which container is used to group multiple user interface components together? Panel. Which of following statement will compile without error? And so this one will be this interface, action listener, and action perform. Which of the following about listener class is true? And a listener class cannot be declared as an anomalous class. We have following code right here: jpanel, jfriend, friend equal new jfriend, jpanel equal new. Which of the statement will add the panel to a friend. Friend.add panel. Alright, we have the following code here, and we're going to import what? To have our listener to this and that. So the answer will be you need to import Java AWT event the action event. Event listener are often installed as a inner class. So that they can have access to the surrounding field method and final variables. Which of following statement about an inner class is true? And correct answer is here. The method of inner class can access variable declared in the enclosed scope. We have the following code right here. We have a click listener and implement action listener, this and that. So a click listener object can be added as a listener for the action event that button generate. That's click listener implement. Okay, we have example for this. All right, so that will conclude your multiple choice and I hope you